And I think
for purpose of this show,
yes,
I would say Sabina. Yeah, Sabina.
For the purpose of the show.
Yeah, the purpose of this show.
You see,
I will say.
absolutely, you have no respect for
on a serious note, it's not about. I'm not talking about you, Sabina, because you're a woman. It's because I know you as a leader. Yeah. And
you have worked together.
If this is we've worked together. I know.
She was on your side of the divide at some point.
Not even that. Yeah. She knows that.
We started this journey together until they started funny.
There are so many great things that the deputy president was wishing this lady a few years ago, and she knows.
She had to. She shed tears.
Please share with us.
Even bigger position, she knows between her and the deputy president, and the few of us who know. But so we have mutual respect, and if this becomes the last show I'm going to share with Sabina as an ordinary member of parliament, and the next show in her capacity as a deputy president, that will
we might not be able to get her again.
That is true. That will be a great surprise for all of us.
Yes.
But this is the thing I'm going to say, is that beyond the names and the people's the people we're discussing, the next deputy president, the next president must have clear responsibilities of the office of the deputy president. The Constitution itself says that the president, the deputy president shall deputate the president and perform other responsibilities delegated by the president. Unfortunately, this deputy president has never appeared in any executive order since 2013 to be delegated specific responsibilities. Granted, in the first term, which is 2013 to 2017, he was given many responsibilities and chaired so many committees, though not defined in any executive order that this is his responsibilities. And I want to implore my friend Mutula, in the event that he becomes also a governor, he needs to, by an executive order, in the event. And I didn't want to say more than that because I am conflicted. I have a candidate. Yet Mutula is my friend. But if he becomes a governor, or when he becomes a governor, if that becomes the case, he should also treat his deputy with the respect that he deserves and give specific responsibility to the office of his deputy governor.
Should we make that? Should we codify that in the law?
It's difficult. We struggled with the Senate. We struggled with the Senate to give those responsibilities, but we found that it should be just left. It's very difficult to constrain the office of the principal himself, whether it's the president or the governor, to say these are the responsibilities.
It's very difficult.
Now, if I was running to be a deputy president, and I said it earlier, I would be very happy to be deputy president of William Ruto, because he has seen it all, you know. I would be worried if I was going to be a running mate of Raila Odinga, who has been happy, and I'm saying this with utmost respect, even if I am an independent observer out there, who has been happy to cheer President Uhuru Kenyatta as he strips responsibility from his deputy. It means his mindset, his thinking, his philosophy on the office of a deputy president is the same as the one of Uhuru Kenyatta. And any person whose standard is Uhuru Kenyatta, that is the lowest standard you can ever compare.
But I'm
just saying this. We hope. We hope. No, it changed this term, and there's no doubt about that. From 2018, and from the time he gave this executive order number 1, that completely.
That's when it changed for you.
Destroyed the office of the deputy president. Of course, it was clear that this man was picking a war fight. He wanted to get away. Everybody was working with him, including myself and others. And I'm just saying this. We saw the other side of Uhuru Kenyatta, which was promised to us in 2016, but we never heard and we never listened. But the point I'm trying to make here is that that is water under the bridge. It's only Uhuru Kenyatta after 97 days will never be president forever. So the point is that is water under the bridge. We are not going to be having to discuss Uhuru Kenyatta after 97 days. What we must discuss is the office of the deputy president and the office of deputy governor. Okay. And I am saying that the next president, and William Ruto has promised as much, and you will be seeing it in the next few weeks, his statement to the public about what responsibility is going to give to the office of the deputy president
before he announces,
and his commitment, commitment to making sure that that is a functional office based on his personal experience. The last thing I'll say is that we need a president who will borrow leaf from the late President Mwai Kibaki. We will also not just allow the deputy president to function, and this is something I'm also going to encourage my friend Mutula, allow also departments of government to work, allow people to shine. This obsession by one individual that you must clap for me, it is my legacy. Every time it's about me, I and myself, my government. if you want to go back to the history and see President Mwai Kibaki, there is no time that President Mwai Kibaki said my government. He always said the government of Kenya. And in fact, he always said sisi, tumefanya, sisi tumeamua. He never talked about me, I, and myself. You need the next president to appreciate the responsibilities of the deputy president and other officers of government and allow people to grow. Let people, it is only in the time of very few people in President Kenyatta's time have made a name by running ministries they have. But in President Kibaki's time,
we need to find another day.
Most of these cabinet secretaries or ministers at that point in time made their name because they had the latitude to contribute to their country using their brain. There were cabinet meetings. How can you run a country without a cabinet meeting for 2 years?
That's such a big government.
It's unbelievable.
That's why I said.
We are 30 seconds.
That's why I said. Every time we qualify what Kenya should be, we should disqualify what Ruto has been. Because that is not what the Constitution contemplated. Never contemplated that sort of relationship, never contemplated such altercations.
Kind of treatment, yeah.
Your final thoughts?
And therefore, it's important. The stability of this country and the people who are going to pick the presidential candidates, and I hope Sabina Chege, because I complimented her for allowing the spirit to lead her, not to vie. The spirit must also lead to making a decision that is going to help the country. I personally would prefer a decision made quietly, because that decision then resonates well. When my party leader decides he's no longer going to be a presidential candidate after we have nominated him, that decision was accepted because they trust him. But anything that appears as safe, and you know, these people are capitalizing on it. That's why when you go to Odaya, they capitalize, oh, Kalonzo has not been recognized. It's us who are giving fodder to them. And therefore, I hope that, Sabina, you're going to call somebody. You can call.
Yes.
You don't need to go. We are not going anywhere. We have to call somebody tonight. Yeah. Tell them, can we change tact? Make sure that this conversation does not go beyond James Matt, Murkomen, and Sabina Chege. Tomorrow, don't talk about it. If you call for an interview, we don't want to know. Don't tell us. Don't broadcast it. Junet Mohammed should not give any press conference on a deputy presidential candidate.
Thank you very much, Sabina. Final thoughts?
Thank you very much. And I think he has talked about the pact and the Ruto. There are many lessons that we have learned also. Yeah. And it's not just about the behavior of the president, but also of the deputy president. And we should ask ourselves, I wish we can play the clips of Murkomen before then, when we were coming out on the second time, and then when they started saying, Maliza Wende. So now you see the change of behavior. So we should also now, apart from who is the deputy president, the office and the responsibility, and also what should not be expected of a deputy president. I think it's always fair to look at it that way. And how we handle our businesses. These people must be admiring us. That's why they're talking about us. And also say, on our side, we also need to manage ourselves.
That's what we
don't need to keep on, crying out in the public. We also need to manage ourselves. If there's an issue, let's talk, because we have the council. And that is where we normally talk. And these people, I have told you, wait for the biggest fallout. The disappointment, the deceit that they have lied to many people there. I'm just waiting 10 days to go.
Correct.
But we wish.
There will be none.
I want to wish that this country gets the best president and the best deputy president, not for our sake, not because we want to massage our egos, but because we want to serve this country with our whole heart and with humility.
All right. I would like